Rookies, we're going to make a nice quick one here. I'm having to film this before teams are released because I have social basketball to go play, like an absolute pleb. But we got a few options here of our trades. Now, everyone's been toying with the idea of bringing in Zorko Porco, getting Breville in, and Sullivan, and if you get Rankin or Heaney or pay up for Ryan, there's so many options when it comes to this round. A lot of people are focusing on their forward line, what to do with Reed, what to do with Howes, what to do with Sheasel, even, given that he is just not where we want him to be. Fisher's come up as an option, but Kirch has been injured and is out for at least a week. There's been so much happening, and if you're not, in the know, then like a few of the main things is good on McKercher is out for at least 1 week, probably 3 weeks, including the bye due to bone stress on his foot. Could be a stress fracture. So that's punishing for those that brought him in last week. Very, very not good. Or even, traded him in 2 weeks ago. You got a decent jump, about 70k, but still stings a bit. Hopefully that's not too bad. We got Fisher from North, who's now become a bit of an option. With Kircher out, he's probably going to dominate that back line, get majority of the kick-ins, and potentially put up a really big score. So you never know what's going to happen there. It is against Essendon, so we'll see what happens there. Zorko is, predominantly easily the F3 position for the season. Obviously, older, has seemed to calm down a bit, so he doesn't get suspended. But he is quite injury prone. But has been having these needleworks that have seemed to be working wonders. So Zorko was a trade option. We got Rankin also making himself known to be in the top F6 for the season as well. Now, as we can see with my team, there's no real other updates that are relevant at this current time. We're just simply going to touch on Rogers. Didn't go up. I don't think he's getting rested. Who else we got? Flossy hopefully has a big game. About it. Sweet's good to go. There's just been a few things that have stirred some pots with some trades and trade options. So I've been very on the fence about what to do with my trades. I've been eyeing off like Stewart, obviously Ryan, Heaney, Zorko, there's Rankin. Our midfield's done, so we're not looking at any midfield options. Some midfield options might get DPP after round 12, which means we can look at them there. But without looking at team sheets at the moment, we're going to run through some quick strategies on what happens. So I'm actually going to do this based on a random wheel generator that I've made. So these are our primos that I'm looking at targeting this week, and I, for the life of me, cannot... let's also throw Fisher in there because he can be part of these plans. I cannot for the life of me make up my mind on what I want to do. So I'm going to start using this as a part of our trades when I'm very uncertain. We're going to put in targets that really you can't go wrong with. Can't go wrong. Can. And then we're just going to see how it plays out. So I'm going to give you a situation for each primo. So we're going to click to spin. We're going to look at what premium we get and then look at our trade strategy for that. Zorko Porco. So Zorko Porco. So with our options for forwards, so this is going to be like the play for any forward options that we want to bring in. We trade Howes out. We trade Reed. Where's Porco? The trick here is there's no like defensive rookies. I don't have any DPP swing. So we can only do these forward options if a single player is named. And that player is also named Reed. So if Zach Reed is named to play, we do this. We bring on Sexton and we let Porco into the team. And we potentially VC him. That's the plan, is we potentially VC him. Now I'm not sure what our extension's doing, but maybe just with 100k for next week. And we have 17 trades left. So this is for Porco. Let's have a look at what our other options are. Stewie. Now this is important because we need to do this before it clocks off. So if we undo this, and I'm actually heavily considering this option. Confirm. I'm actually going to turn this off because we can't say, oh my God, it's so bright. For good old Stewart, undo this. Let's optimize this. This is what we're looking at. We're looking at bang. Boom. Let's Stewart. I'm not even going to look for him because he's pretty far down the list. We go bang, bring in Stewart. And we go We don't go Garcia down, but we bring in Bruce. I trust Bruce to probably get some better on-field points against Richmond. So we're going to do that. We're going to go bang, boop, bop, get it done. This also leaves us with a nice little bit of cash to go into next week where we can target Heaney. Now, if we look at Heaney for next week and this week, if we were to bring him in, he's at 631, got a break even of 132, projected at 144. His previous games against Carlton recently, just under a ton. He's been in good form this year, so I can imagine this is probably closer to, a 115 maybe. Let's see if I get that right. So ideally want to see Heaney come down more because then we can bring him in next week. Then we've got one rookie in defense. Then we bring in, then we pretty much get Reveal off, put him down with Heaney. We're happy days. We're pretty good. So that's for the Heaney option. We've also got Fisher and Ryan and Rankin. Now, the forward options could be done as if we just showed before. So, but that can only be done if we get Reed named. If he gets named, we can do that, which I don't mind, because then I'll probably lean towards Zorko. Now, we can also, if we really wanted to blow all our cash, we can bring in Ryan and we can bring in Brucey still. But this leaves us with 40K into next week and not a lot of options. Because we might have some cash. We might be able to make it work to get Heaney in and go to a downgrade to a Richards, for example, who I'm sure everyone's targeting next week if he gets named and plays this week and plays well. This is one option. Now, another option, which I'm also tempted to look at because Sheasel has not been performing, I'll optimize this, is we go bang and bang, bring Sexton down, we bring in Ryan, and we bring in old boy Fisher. Now, we complete that. We can bring in Sexton back, put Fisher on field because we're going to trust him to score a bit more. And we can do this. This also leaves us with 40 in the bank. However, it does bring us down to kind of 2 in the back and then potentially 1. If Fisher can, we're hoping that Fisher becomes good enough to have on-field scores and make some cash in to flip. And we're hoping we can get Stewart next week for a good cheap price, and then look to, find our F6, whoever that might be. It might be Colossi if he keeps going. Sexton can probably hold that spot for a little bit. Even Howes if he has a really good game against the West Coast and resets his cash gen. That's one option, is we ditch Sheasel, which is scary. The only tricky part about our trade plans is Stewart. If we want to get Stewart, we kind of have to go in the next hour. From the time I'm uploading this at 6 o'clock, it's probably going to be around 6:30 by the time I upload this. So we're looking a bit tricky. Other options here, so that covers the Fisher and Ryan trade. Rankin, we could obviously look at as well. So I don't mind Rankin, but we can also probably target him next week. But if we want more cash moving into next week, we go him over Zork. But it's only like 30K, so I wouldn't even probably consider that. If you're looking at Rankin and Zorko this week, definitely put in the Porco. I think that's just going to work out much, much better. I do like bringing in Ryan for Sheasel and Fisher and getting that VC option and potentially some decent cash gen and also points on field from Fisher. There are risks, obviously, with going Zorko, injury, age. There's risk with Fisher. He's been sub-vest before. Clarko's moving magnets. But with Kershaw potentially leading to be out, if Sheasel is not named at like halfback or anything like that, if he's named mid, like there could be real things here to really assist us in how we want to move forward and make these decisions. So we've got a few options. This will wait until team sheets, unfortunately. So beware of the team sheets. Let's all keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. With that said, guys, I know I don't have the team sheet in front of me. I was going to do a team sheet video as well like I did last week, but I haven't got the time this week. So you're getting a preemptive final trade video. Let me know what you guys are locking in for your trades. Are you bringing in Ryan at maxed value? That's not at all what I meant. Max dollar. Are you bringing in the value players like Ranky and Zork? Or are you going completely value and cheap and bringing in like Stewart or Clary or bringing in any of these other value options. Everyone's team looks a bit different at the moment. We finished our midfield before any other defensive or forward line. So we've got to make some plays. Anyway, I got to go get changed to basketball and look at the team sheets and make my final trades all in a space of like 15 minutes. So I will see you guys for the round 10 review. See ya.